This is my review of the Flysky FS-IT4 remote. As you can see, it's not a bad looking remote. It's got a bajillion buttons on there. And the coolest thing is it has this touch screen on there. Let's turn it on. I actually have it installed on my Savage here. Let's cut it on. That's pretty cool. Makes a little noise. You can turn it off or on. I just like the noise because, I don't know, I'm just a big kid, I guess. But turn it on. It actually has full telemetry. I got my voltage there. I got the temperature gauge on there. It also has the voltage of the radio and the receiver on there. Like I said, it's got a million functions on there. They say you can program up to 20 cars in there. I did it. Well, I didn't program 20 cars. I tried to program like 2 or 3, and every time it forgets a car. And instead of having to bind my car again every time I want to run it, I just left it with one car. So, like I said, this thing has a million buttons on there. Reverse, you reverse your throttles, endpoint, sub trim, steering exponential, steering speed, steering mix, throttle neutral, ABS. Yes, it does have an anti-lock brake function. It tells you, you can do how fast you want your throttles to work. I got it at 100%. But you can set the middle of your throttle, so it's basically, and you can do that by touchscreen too. That's basically what the middle of your throttle is going to be. I use my finger, but it also came with a little stylus, so you can like tap the screen too. But like I said, I just use my finger. It also has, it's actually a really cool feature, the throttle idle up. Let's see if we can see that a little bit better. Yeah, it's the one in the corner where it says throttle idle up. It's pretty cool. When you're cold starting your car, how many times have we had it where, you cut it on, you set it down on the ground, and it cuts right off just because, it's not warmed up yet. With this little function, all you gotta do is hit a button, and it actually pulls the servo back, so you're getting a little bit more gas. Instead of trying to sit there and mess with your servo settings, you just hit the button, and it's predetermined how far you want it to go up. I got mine to 10% because I don't really need to put that much gas in there. But once I hit it, it moves the servo to 10%, and I got some action there, so it stays on there until I take it off. Like I said, it's got a buttload of buttons on there. There's buttons down here. There's buttons all around, and they all work like like your regular switches would on a regular remote. They're electronic, so it's not like off and on switches, but it's basically just to toggle it off and on. It's actually adjustable, which is pretty cool. I always have it straight up, but some people like to drive it a little bit differently. But that's kind of how I have mine. It came with 2 sets of grips, a small grip and a large grip. I got a big hand, so I use a large grip, and it's comfortable, it's light. Don't really have much complaints about it. Like I said, when I start the car, say I'm having trouble, I just hit the button, and this little black dot, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it looks like a dot to me. This little dot comes on, and it advances the throttle to where I'm running. It's advanced the throttle or the servo, so I got more throttle. And then when the engine's warmed up, I just hit the button again, and it's off. I also have the ABS function, which is really cool. I've never seen this on the RC car before, and I like it. So I got it assigned to a certain button. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little blue button right there. It says ABS. So I got it set. I just have it set high just so I can show what it does. So you got your ABS setting on there, and say you hit your full brake, and I'm just holding the trigger forward, and that's kind of how it works. That's pretty cool. I really don't use it that much just because it actually makes, maybe I just haven't been adjusting right, but it makes your car brake, it makes it brake a little bit slower. So, you know, I want mine to brake pretty much immediately, so I don't really use that function too much, but it is pretty awesome, and it does work, you know. So, like I said, there's just so many parameters and adjustments you have on this. You can sit on this thing all day and just mess with stuff, and I mean, you can have it down to a science, you know, on the settings, just such small settings. You know, you really don't, not too often do you get the option of adjusting anything like that on your remote. The remote was, I think, about 120 bucks. I got it through Nitro RCX. I know there's a couple other places online that sell them for a lot more money, but like I said, I just go with Nitro RCX because, you know, I've been dealing with them for a while now, and they got pretty good service. And you know, I'm here in Arizona, they're in California. I order something, no more 3 days, it's at my front door. So, and I've never had an issue, any kind of issue whatsoever with them. So, yeah, like I said, it's an awesome remote. You can't beat it. It's a touchscreen. It's like a mini iPod or something like that. Obviously, it doesn't play music or anything like that, but you know, it's just an awesome remote. It has awesome range. Like I said, the only bad thing I have to say about it is that it forgets cars. So if you have multiple cars attached to this, you know, be ready to rebind it every time. So like I said, I just stuck with the single car on there, and that's about it. That's it in a nutshell, though. Oh yeah. You can also adjust the screen brightness. I have it dim so you can even see. You can see it on the on the screen here. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Good radio. I've had it about 6 months, and it's been wet, it's been muddy, it's been hot, it's been dropped, and it's still kicking. All right, be easy.